It's been rather quiet on the northern front, with around a month passing since we last saw North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and since the North last launched a missile. But tensions look set to spike again in the not-too-distant future, as satellite imagery's picked up some rather significant military activity in North Korea. Suspicions have been raised by the sight of military vehicles at North Korea's Mirim training ground near Pyongyang. And the interesting thing about this facility is that it's laid out exactly like Kim Il-sung Square in the capital. So naturally, when military equipment's mobilized at Mirim, we can safely guess that the North's rehearsing for another military parade in Pyongyang. According to NK News analysis of satellite images provided by Planet Labs, these likely troop-carrying trucks arrived after May 12th. On an image from May 14th, we can clearly see rows and rows of these vehicles. Reported estimates range up into the hundreds of them. But it seems that preparations for a parade have only just started because the trucks take up only around 40% of the training ground. So, when would a parade likely take place? NK News notes that trucks like this usually appear at Mirim up to 10 weeks before the main event. And if we look ahead in the calendar, that takes us to a big date, July 27th, the 70th anniversary of the armistice agreement that effectively ended the Korean War, and which North Korea celebrates as Victory Day. It seems very reasonable to expect a significant celebration, having also seen a military parade a decade ago marking 60 years since the armistice put a halt to the fighting. And we know the North likes going big on these round numbers. Because Planet Labs takes images of the Mirim facility just about every day and has done so for years, we can expect close analysis of upcoming movements there. What we can't say is exactly where leader Kim Jong-un is. He's not been seen in public since he featured in state media footage which was apparently shot on April 18th. This is a longer absence than the same time of year when he was infamously missing in 2020, when several global media outlets falsely reported his death. But we're still short of his longest ever break from the public eye, 40 days in 2014. Back then, he re-emerged walking with a cane, though there's no intelligence explaining his current absence. Yet, North Korea's also been curiously quiet on the missile front. The last time Kim Jong-un did appear, his words suggested the North would be launching a spy satellite within April, but its last launch of a missile was on April 13th. A major one, involving a solid-fuel ICBM that it had shown off during a military parade in February. That's one more reason to pay close attention to the next parade. But we may anticipate a flurry of launches before July because South Korea and the US are scheduled to hold their biggest ever joint live-fire drills from May 25th to June 15th. Based on past provocations, it would be very unusual for the North not to respond with some of its own exercises, including missile tests, as we've already seen this year. But then we might have expected a launch or two around the timing of South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol's recent summits with his American and Japanese counterparts, especially as they discussed countering North Korea's evolving threats. In the case of the US, that involved an even stronger military commitment to South Korea, including being prepared to use nuclear weapons against the North if necessary. Yet, North Korea's keeping us guessing about its next move, with a little help from satellite imagery.